ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவச்சான் பிள்ளை திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் இதேந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம் யோனித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. नातापिता योते स्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्ग्रीगुणां प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. भूतं सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रिरेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. அல்லினாள் தாமரை மேல் ஆரணைங்கனின் துணைவி மல்லிநாடாண்ட மடமையில் மெல்லியலாள் ஆயர் குலவேந்தன் ஆகத்தால் தென்புதுவை வேயர் பயந்த விளக்கு. ஓலச்சுரி சங்கை மாயன் செவ்வாயின் குணம்பினமும் சீலத்தினள் தென் திருமல்லி நாடி செழுங்குழல் மேல் மாலைத்துளை தென்னரங்கரைக்கியும் மதிப்புடைய சோலைக்கிளி அவள் தூய நற்பாதம் துணை நமக்கே. ஆண்டாள் nAchchiyAr thirumozhi. We have been enjoying this dhivyaprabandham composed by Godama Andal nAchchiyAr for the last few sessions. We are now into the fifth decade, mannu perumpugazh. That is the commencement of the fifth decade. In this decade, Andal nAchchiyAr is requesting cuckoo to go and bring Bhagavan. In the previous decade, we saw that Andal nAchchiyAr played the game of Koodal. That Koodal is the game where a girl will draw big circle first and then small circles. If the small circles fall within the boundary of big circle, then whatever the girl desired, she thought in her mind, that wish will be fulfilled. If they don't fall within the circle, big circle, then it will not succeed. So it's a game which girls play to find out whether their wish will come true. So that is what Andal nAchchiyAr did in the previous decade. Now that did not succeed for her. She did not get the expected result. So she is moving on to the next option, which is calling the cuckoo and asking the cuckoo to help her. So that is the theme of this decade. First we will see the introduction section by Periyavachan Pillai, and then we will see the simple meanings for each pasuram. In the previous decade we saw Nee Koodidu Koodale, please help me achieve my wish, attain my wish. That was the request by Andal nAchchiyAr. But Koodal, being an insentient object, it is just a game. It cannot respond, yes, I will do it for you, or no, I won't do it for you. It did not give any response. And seeing this, Andal nAchchiyAr becomes very upset, and then she looks for alternative options to reach out to Bhagavan. Previously, when Bhagavan and Andal nAchchiyAr, they were together at that time, they were in the garden, and there the cuckoo was there. Cuckoo was able to interact with them. When they make some sound, the cuckoo will interact with them. And also, the cuckoo is a sentient being. It can respond and react. So because of the fact that it has knowledge, the Atma is able to even interact through the cuckoo body. Even though it's a cuckoo body, the Atma is able to interact through that body. So because of that, Andal nAchchiyAr thinks this cuckoo can help us reach Bhagavan. And hence she goes and falls at the feet of this cuckoo. the main hold she has towards this cuckoo is just for the fact that it can respond and it can return some words. When the person speaks a word to cuckoo, it will at least respond to it, respond to that person. That is the main hold, because in the previous case, the poodle wasn't responding to under nAchchiyAr. Now at least she sees that this cuckoo can respond, so she is hopefully, with hope, she is approaching the cuckoo and requesting for help. And Periyavachan Pillai explains, Bhagavan's divine consorts are such that they will even request enemy to help them. Like Sita Pirati requesting Ravana to unite her with Sri Rama. It was he who separated Sri Rama and Sita Pirati. But Sita Pirati tells Mitra Maupaikam Kartum Ramastanam Paripsata Vadamcha Anichada Goram Toyaso Purusha Rishabha. In that slokam, she is telling, if you want to live, or even if you are okay fighting with him, but if you don't want to be tormented heavily and then killed, even if you want to fight a brave battle and die, at least you don't want to be tormented so much. For that also, you being very lowly person, you have to go and approach Sri Rama, who is superior. He is like Purushottama. So unless you go and surrender unto him, or at least go with friendship towards him, you will not be able to even die peacefully, says Sita Pirati. And the intent here is that she is telling Ravana that you unite me with him. That is the real intent. So even from enemies, if they can ask them to be united with Bhagavan, then why not with cuckoo? So somebody may ask, will anybody go and ask cuckoo for such favors? For that, Acharya is saying, Periyavachan Pillai is saying that even if enemy comes in front of them, they will ask for help to unite with Bhagavan. In that case, why not asking the cuckoo for help? Also, the inner meaning for approaching birds to be sent as messenger to Bhagavan is birds represent Acharya. Birds have wings on both sides. Acharya has jnanam and anushtanam, knowledge and practice, conduct. So, just like the bird has wings on both sides, which help the bird fly, Acharya has jnanam and anushtanam, knowledge with implementation of that knowledge. Some people may have knowledge, they may even be able to explain things very nicely, but when it comes to practice, they may be lacking. There may be other people who are good in knowledge as well as putting things into practice. For example, if a speaker says that don't show anger, and then once the speech is over, the person who is hosting the speech, he is coming and he is saying something. At that time, the speaker becomes very angry. Why are you saying something like that? Then the audience and the host will ask, now only you told you have to be not showing anger, you should be gentle and so on, but now you are showing anger on me. For that, the speaker will say, if you are in my situation, you will also do the same thing. So that is how some people are putting things in practice. But our acharyas are such that whatever they speak, they have put it in practice. So such acharyas are represented by these birds. So that is how Andal nAchchiyAr and other Alvars also send birds as messengers. This is the inner principle for sending birds as messengers. It's not just an emotional thing. There is deep philosophy in all of this. So this is the introduction section for this decade, fifth decade, that is Mannu Perumpugazh Madhavan. Let us go into the Pasurams. Mannu Perumpugazh Madhavan மாமணி வண்ணன் மணிமுடி மைந்தன் தன்னை உகந்தது காரணமாக என் சங்கிழக்கும் பழக்குண்டே உன்னை குறுக்கத்தினாள் செருந்தி பொதும்பினில் வாழும் குயிலே பண்ணி எப்போதும் இருந்து விரைந்து என் பவழவாயன் வரக்கூவாய். O cuckoo, and nAchchiyAr is calling out for the cuckoo, and she is telling the cuckoo, quickly go and call out for my Krishna, who is having coral-like lips. You should make him come. That is the request, says nAchchiyAr. Let us see the word-by-word meanings. Punnai, Punnai trees. Here, few types of trees are shown. It is said that these cuckoos will create a hole in all of these trees, and the cuckoos will live there, or any other birds will usually live in these holes. So that's what is identified first. Punnai trees, and then Kurukati trees, Nadal, Kongu trees, and then Serundi trees. These are all different types of trees. In all of these trees, which are all filled in a orchard, in a garden, where all of these trees are present, Pudumbinil, in a hole, Vaadum, living, Kuyile, O cuckoo, who is living in one of these holes, which are present in many of these trees in this orchard. This orchard or the garden is under nAchchiyAr's orchard. She has these cuckoos there and other birds there, and she takes care of them. She has a attachment towards these birds. They are like her pets, and she also teaches them Bhagavan's name, divine names, and makes them repeat. So these are her pet birds. So she is telling one of those cuckoo, "Oh cuckoo, who is living in this hole in these trees, in this particular orchard, garden, mannu perumpugazh." Mannu means eternal, present eternally. Perum means huge. Pugal means fame, or qualities which have fame. See, Pugal is usually fame, but whatever is praised, that is the reason for fame. So usually qualities are shown in the meaning for the word Pugal. The qualities are shown. So having countless, unlimited qualities which are eternal. Who is she talking about? Madhavan. Madhavan means Shriyapati, the divine consort of Sri Mahalakshmi. Mamani Vannan, he is having beautiful dark blue gem like form. Manimudi is having Thiruvabhishekam. Thiruvabhishekam means Kiritam. Kiritam means crown, divine crown. The crown has many, many jewels, gems, priceless gems. Having such crown, Maindan Tannai, my Lord, who is very strong, very powerful, such Lord, Ugandadu Karanamaga, just due to the fact that I liked him, I desired for him. In Sangirakum Padaku, this aspect of losing my bangles, because I desired for Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana, that itself as the reason I am losing my bangles. Is there any logic in it, in this world? Unde, is it logical? Is it possible? This is very bad. What can I do for this? Are you asking like this? So she is now asking the cuckoo, are you asking me? What can I do for this? If you are losing your bangles, what can I do for this? Are you asking this question? I want you to ask this question so that I can tell you what you have to do. So here, nAchchiyAr is telling, En Pavadavayan, one who is having the lips which look like coral, very reddish in color. Such companion of me, Vara, to come to me. எப்போதும், at all times, night and day, பண்ணி இருந்து. Pannudal means learning. You learnt all his divine names, Bhagavan's divine names from me. Virendu Kuvai. Now you quickly call out those names. You learnt Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikasha, Padmanabha, Dhamodara, Krishna, Achyuta, Govinda. So you learned all of these names from me. Now it's your turn to put things in practice. You recite those names. Recite those divine names of Bhagavan. Call out for him. Let him come for me. Says nAchchiyAr in the first pasaram. Here the main intent for nAchchiyAr is to tell that Bhagavan, who is the Rakshaka, protector for everyone, if he himself is not protecting me, you should take up this responsibility. You have seen me being with Bhagavan together. Now you have to help me attain him, says nAchchiyAr in this pasaram. Here, Madhava is very important. The name Madhava means the divine consort of Sri Mahalakshmi. Bhagavan's simplicity and greatness both are derived from Sri Mahalakshmi's presence. In Tirupavai also she says, Mamayan, Madhavan, Vaikundan. So in one pasaram she says, Mamayan, one who is very amazing, very easy to approach, and then Vaikundan, one who is Vaikuntanatha. So one side simplicity, another side supremacy. But in between those two, Madhava is present. That name is present. So Sriman Narayana is the one who is having simplicity and superior nature. So both of them, supremacy. So that Madhavan is very important. And also nAchchiyAr is telling that she is the one, if Bhagavan doesn't help us, if he rejects you, then she is the one who will help us. She is nearby to him. She is always close to him. So Madhava implies that Bhagavan and Pirati are together. So when she is there, we need not worry, says nAchchiyAr in the first pasaram. Second pasaram. வெள்ளை விழுசங்கு இடங்கையில் கொண்ட விமலன் எனக்கு உருக்காட்டான் உள்ளம் புகுந்தென்னை நைவித்து நாளும் உயிர் பெய்து கூத்தாட்டு காணும் கள்ளவில் செண்பகம் பூமலர் கோதி கலித்திசை பாடும் குயிலே மெல்ல இருந்து மிழற்றி மிழற்றாதி என் வேங்கடவன் வரக்கூவாய். In this pasaram, nAchchiyAr is requesting Cuckoo to call out for Venkadavan. Venkadavan means Thiruvenkadamudiyan, Balaji Bhagavan. Srinivasa Bhagavan is very dear to Alvars and nAchchiyAr. So nAchchiyAr is calling out for that Bhagavan here through the cuckoo. வெள்ளை விழுசங்கு இடங்கையில் கொண்ட விமலன். Kallavil, the honey is overflowing. Shenbagam poo, in the champaka flower. Malar kodi, pushing away the external aspects in the flower and enjoying the deep essence of the flower. Kalit, and after that becoming joyful. Isai paadum kuyile, oh, cuckoo, who is singing joyfully due to the enjoyment you got. வெள்ளை விழுசங்கு இடங்கையில் கொண்ட. The Sri Panchajanyam, which is having Shuddha Swabhavam. It is very white in color, so it is having the quality of purity. So having that Sri Panchajanyam on his left hand, Bhagavan is having Sri Shankar Panchajanya on his left hand and Sri Chakra on his right hand. Valakayari Idakkai Changi, we hear in Pasurams. Valakayari means he is having Chakra in the right hand and Shanka in the left hand. So such Sri Panchajanyam is being held by Bhagavan, and that Bhagavan is Vimalan, very pure Bhagavan, that Paramapurusha, Uru, the divine form, Divyamangala Vigraham of Bhagavan, Yanakku Katan. He is not showing me, and he is telling that he won't show his form to me, he will hide from me. Ullam, in my heart, Pugundu, entering into my heart, Ennai Naivithu, making me torment. At that time, if I am going to be finished, if I am going to die, he will again wake me up and he will torment me. For that, Nanum Uyir Peidu, he will again and again increase my prana, my life. Kuttattu Kanum, and then he will make me suffer and just watch it and enjoy it. So in this case, what do you have to do? When asked that, Irundu, remaining with me, close with me, Melda Midachi Medatadu, you should not engage in your sweet talks at the moment, but instead you should make Venkadavan, in Venkadavan Vara, you should make my Lord, who is Thiruvenkadamudayan, for that Lord to come to me, Kuvai, you should call out for him, says under nAchchiyAr in the second pasaram. Next, third pasaram. மாதலித்தேர் முன்பு கோல் கொள்ள மாயன் இராவணன் மேல் சரமாரி தாய்தலை அற்றற்று வீழ தொடுத்த தலைவன் வரவெங்கும் காணேன் போதலர்காவில் புதுமணம் நாரும் பொறிவண்டின் காமரம் கேட்டு உன் காதலியோடு உடன்வாழ் குயிலே என் கருமாணிக்கம் வரக்கூவாய். In this pasaram, Anda nAchchiyAr is calling the male cuckoo and she is telling that male cuckoo, you are living happily with your spouse, female cuckoo. So you should also show me some pity and help me so that I also remain with my husband, my Lord, says Anda nAchchiyAr in this pasaram. Madalither Munbu Kol Kolda, that is the beginning of the pasaram. Podalar Kavil, the orchards where the flowers are nicely blossoming. Pudumanam, new fragrance, fresh fragrance. Nara, as it spreads everywhere. Porivandin, beautiful beetles. There, Kamaram, the tune named Kamaram, which is sung by the beetles, not the music troupe, but beetles means the small insect beetles. It used to, this beetles makes the tune named Kamaram. Ketu, listening to that tune, Un Kadaliyodu Udan Vaal Kuyile. Oh, male cuckoo who is living with your spouse, female cuckoo, listening to this beautiful humming of the beetles. Let me tell you what I need. Madali Ther, Munbu Kol Kolda. Madali. Madali is the charioteer of Indra. Indra, when Sri Rama was about to start the Rama Ravana Yuddham, at the time Indra sends his chariot and his charioteer to help Sri Rama. So, this Madali is the charioteer for Indra's chariot, and he is the one who is helping Sri Rama here. His chariot is going in the front, it is moving forward. To make that happen, as it goes forward, Mayani Ravanan male, Kol Kolda, Madali Ter Munbu, Kol Kolda. So, as Madali is driving the chariot forward, now one may wonder, the chariot will usually go forward only. What is there to specifically say that? That is because Periyavachanapillai explains in the commentary, when Madali was the charioteer for Indra, whenever there was a fight with Ravana or other great evil Rakshasas or Asuras. At that time, Madali's chariot will only go backwards because Indra is not brave enough to face them. But only now Sri Rama is taken the chariot, and as Madali is driving the chariot, it goes forward. So that is very interesting information which is given by Periyavachan Pillai. So as the chariot goes forward, Mayani Ravanan male, the Ravana who is a Mayavi. Mayavi means one who makes magic tricks and does illegal battle. He doesn't do honest battle. He hides and he sends behind the scene suddenly. So he does this battle in a illegal way. So on that Ravana, Sharamari, the rain of arrows, those were தாய் தலை அற்றற்று வீழ தொடுத்த. He launched those arrows to knock out the heads of Ravana. All the prime important heads of Ravana. Ravana has 10 heads and it keeps coming back as Sri Rama knocks out the heads. They keep coming back due to the boon he had. So as Sri Rama made sure that the head fell down completely, such Talaivan, that Lord Bhagavan's Varavu, his visit, Yengum, in all directions, Kanen, I am not seeing, says under nAchchiyAr, I am not seeing Sri Rama's arrival everywhere, anywhere I am not seeing. Hence, Yen, qualified for my experience, Karumanikam, one who is having blue gem-like divine form, such Lord Vara, to come here, who why? You have to call out, you have to make the noise, says under nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Next, fourth pasuram. என்புருகி இனவேல் நெடுங்கண்கள் இமை பொருந்தா பலநாளும் துன்பக்கடல் புக்கு வைகுந்தன் என்பதோர் தோணி பெறாது உழல்கின்றேன். அன்புடையாரை பிரிவிரு நோயது நீயும் அருதி குயிலே பொன்புரை மேனி கருளக் கொடியுடை புண்ணியனை வரக்கூவாய். Here, under nAchchiyAr is calling out the cuckoo and again asking the cuckoo to go and bring Bhagavan. Yenburigi, O Kuile, O cuckoo, Yenburigi, the bones have melted. Not only that, Inam vel nedungangal imai purunda, my huge or vast two eyes, which appear like the spear, such eyes, தூக்கமற்று, without sleep, they are not closing. If the eyes are closing, that means one is able to sleep. But if the eyes are not closing, that means one is unable to get sleep. So, my eyes are not sleeping. Palanalum, many days. Tumbakadal pukku, in this ocean of separation. In this ocean of samsara, where this separation in or sorrow in separation is more, it's drowning us. Vaikuntan என்பது ஓர் தோணி பெறாது. At that time, without getting the boat, which is Sri Vaikuntanatha himself, Bhagavan himself is explained as a boat. Only thing is, usual boats will go from point A to point B. But Bhagavan as a goat remains everywhere. He just pushes the objects on him from one place to another. So, I am not getting this boat, Vishnu who is the boat. Even when I am suffering and tormenting in the ocean itself, Ulalgindren, I am suffering in the ocean of separation, sorrow of separation. அன்புடையாரை பிரிவுறும் நோயது. The sorrow of separating from very dear ones. நீயும் அரிதி. Would you also know? பொன்புரைமேனி. Oh, one who is having gold like divine form. கருடக்கொடியுடை. One who is having Garuda as the flag. புண்ணியனை. Krishna, who is embodiment of dharma. Punya means the righteousness. Here Punyan means one who is embodiment of righteousness. So such Krishna, Varakuvai, you should call him so that he comes here. Says under nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Yeah. So this is fourth pasuram. Next fifth pasuram. பொன்னடி காண்பதோர் ஆசையினால் என் பொறுகையல் கண்ணினை துஞ்சா. இன்னடிசலோடு பாலமுது ஊட்டி எழுத்த என் கோலக்கிழியே உன்னோடு தோழமை கொள்ளுவன் குயிலே உலகளந்தான் வரக்கூவாய். Here under nAchchiyAr is calling out for both parrot and cuckoo. And also she is saying that this cuckoo will be allowed to be friends with the parrot if cuckoo helps her. So that is the main theme of the pasuram. மென்னடை அன்னம் பறந்து விளையாடும். மென்னடை அன்னம், the swan birds which have very beautiful walk. பறந்து, spreading everywhere. விளையாடும், the place where they can all play. Villiputtur, in Sri Villiputtur. உறைவாந்தன், one who is mercifully present here. Such Bhagavans. பொன்னடி காண்பதோர் ஆசையினால். பொன்னடி, divine feet of beautiful divine feet of Bhagavan. காண்பதோர் ஆசையினால், due to the desire of seeing that Bhagavan's divine feet. பொறுகையல் கண்ணினை துஞ்சா, the my eyes which are like two fish which are facing off at each other, like that, tunja, they are not sleeping. Kuile, oh cuckoo. Ulagalandan, Bhagavan who measured the world as Trivikrama. Vara, to make him come here. Kuvai, you should cry out, you should call out. If you do that, இன்னடிசலோடு பால் அமுது ஊட்டி எடுத்த என் கோலக்கிழியை. Now under nAchchiyAr is saying, I have a parrot also. I'll give that parrot to you so you can both play together. The parrot, my pet parrot, which has been fed with sweet rice, milk and so on. I've given all of that. And of course, all the divine names of Bhagavan. I will give that parrot to you so you can play. You can play with that parrot, says under nAchchiyAr. Here again, she is trying to get the cuckoo to go by different means. All along she requested, now she is saying she will do some favor for the cuckoo. So that is the meaning for this pasuram. Here, one important incident is shown, or one question is raised. In the previous pasuram, under nAchchiyAr said that she is unable to see Vaikuntha Natha because she is not getting any boat, Bhagavan the boat. Because that is, Vaikuntha Natha is in a very, very far away place. But Bhagavan, such Bhagavan has come and present in Sri Villiputtur here. When he is here, under nAchchiyAr is saying that she is unable to see such Bhagavan. Why? She can go and see anytime. For that, Periyavachan Pillai gives a beautiful explanation. Every time she goes and sees Bhagavan, the darshan of Bhagavan's divine form, Alvars and Acharyas and all of our, not like that. They see fully and then they become mesmerized and become even unconscious. So that is the fear here. Cannot be easily seen. What Shri Gutur, Vatapatra Shai Bhagavan, he can be easily seen by Andal Nachar. For that, here it is explained that when Andal Nachar goes, she becomes overwhelmed with emotions and she faints every time. So her relatives, they all say that she should not go to this Vadapatra Sai temple because she will faint there. So they are not allowing her to even go to the Archa Bhagavan because fearing that she will become unconscious due to overwhelming emotions. So that is a very important aspect shown in this Pasuram's commentary. Next Pasuram, எத்திசையும் அமரர் பணிந்தேத்தும் இருடிகேசன் வழி செய்ய முத்தன்ன வெண்முறுவல் செய்யவாயும் முலையும் அழகழிந்தேன் நான் கொத்தலர் காவில் மணித்தடங் கண்படை கொள்ளும் இளங்குயிலே என் தத்துவனை வர கூகிற்றியாகில் தலையல்லால் கைமாறிலேனே. Here Andal Nachar is saying, if you only make Bhagavan, who is my sustainer, I sustain because of Bhagavan only. If you can bring Bhagavan to me, Talayallal Kaimarilene. It's a phrase from Andal Nachar's Pasuram, which is often used when we say that, when we want to say that we are very grateful because of a help which we got from someone, which is very difficult for them to do and which is life saving for us. At that time, we'll say, Talayallal Kaimarilene. I can only place my head at your disposal. I don't have any other things to do. I cannot pay it uh, in any return way for your help. For that, this Talayalla Kaimarleni is used. It is coming from Andal Nachar's divine words. Kothu, flower bunches, flower clusters, other blossoming, Kavil, in the orchard, Manitadam, in a beautiful place, Kanpadai Kollum, sleeping, Ilanguile, oh, very young, cuckoo, listen to me. Yettisayum, in all directions, Amarar Panindethum, the Devatas, they are all worshipping Bhagavan. So Bhagavan who is having such fame, such greatness, and so on. Irradication, the Rishikesha, who will attract the senses of those who see him. Valisaya, as he doesn't show up here and show him in front of me, as he does that, because of that, I, Muttanna Venmuruval, having the gentle smile which looks like Muttu. Muttu means pearls. Such gentle smile, Sayyavayum, and then reddish lips, the bosoms, Agye Ivai, all of these, Aragarinden, my beauty is reducing in all of these aspects because of this separation. Yen Tatuanai, the sustenance of my life. Such Bhagavan, Varakugitri Agil, if you are able to bring him, Talayallal, the Talayallal Kaimarilene, throughout my life, I will place my head at your feet. And I don't know any other return favor I can do for this. This is the only favor I can do, that is, forever I can place my head at your lotus feet. Says Andal NachchiyAr. Very beautiful phrase, Kalayallal Kaimarilene. For that, it is asked, a very interesting incident is shown here. Um, there was an Acharya who is known as nAchchiyAr, Vedanti Jiyar in our Sampradaya. And he had a disciple, Petri. His name is Petri. And then his famous disciple, Nambillai, is also known. This Petri, one time he goes and prays to nAchchiyAr, and he is asking nAchchiyAr to explain. Actually, Petri asks nAchchiyAr to bless him that he knows all the meanings for all the pasurams, because he listens to Thiruvaimozhi Kalakshepam from nAchchiyAr for 11 times. It is said that nAchchiyAr performed Thiruvaimozhi Kalakshepam 100 times. In that, Petri had heard 11 times from nAchchiyAr Thiruvaimozhi, but he did not listen to other prabandhams. He did not get to listen to other dhivyaprabandhams, the meanings of other dhivyaprabandhams, such as in this case nAchchiyAr Tirumozhi. So he asks nAchchiyAr at that one time that if I go elsewhere and if somebody asks me about pasurams which I don't know in full detail, which I have not heard from you completely as a proper student sitting under your lotus feet, and if I have not heard these meanings, then I cannot still remain dumbfounded when they ask for that question. For that, you have to bless me with that knowledge. Just by your merciful glance, you have to bless me, asks um, Petri. And then nAchchiyAr also gives a merciful glance and blesses Petri. But when somebody asked a doubt, he was unable to explain. At that time, he understands that these principles have to be heard directly from an Acharya and learnt properly. Then only we will be able to explain to others and have a clear understanding, and then so we can explain to others also. So here, Nambillai was able to explain the meanings. He says, always at your disposal. I will always be at your lotus feet. So whatever you want, cut her head off and place it at the cuckoo's feet. Because if she does that, then she can neither serve cuckoo nor she can enjoy with Bhagavan. So she wouldn't say that. She is only saying here that I will be at your disposal fully. I will be surrendered unto you. That is what it is being said. So Nambillai, because he heard those meanings, he was able to explain that. But because Petri did not hear, but he was only simply expecting that nAchchiyAr's blessing will make sure that he understands everything without even studying, learning it. But that didn't work out at one point, and then he comes and learns properly. So that particular aspect is explained in this Pasuram's Vyakyanam. Next Pasuram. பொங்கிய பார்க்கடல் பள்ளிகொள்வானை புணர்வதோர் ஆசையினால் என் கொங்கை கிளர்ந்து குமைத்து குதுகலித்து ஆவியை ஆகுலம் செய்யும் அங்குயிலே உனக்கென்ன மறைந்துரைவு ஆழியம் சங்குமன் தண்டும் தங்கிய கையவனை வரக்கூவில் நீ சால தருமம் பெருதி. So here under nAchchiyAr is telling, why are you hiding? You come out. You go and help me. If you help me, that will be most righteous for you, says under nAchchiyAr. Amkuile, oh beautiful cuckoo, பொங்கிய பால் கடல், this Tirupar கடல், Kshirabdi, which is agitated with waves, tides. Palli one who is mercifully reclining there. Punarvador asayinal, with the desire to have union with him, En kongai, my bosoms, kilarந்து, they are becoming big, they are growing. Kudugalithu, they became very eager, having utsaham. Aviyai, my prana, my life, குமைத்து ஆகுலம் செய்யும். These bosoms are troubling me, tormenting me completely. Oh, beautiful cuckoo, மறைந்துரை. If you are hiding under the shade without getting the warmth of the sun, what is the use? உன் ஆழியும் சங்கும் தண்டும் தங்கிய கையவனை வர. The divine chakra, Tiruvali, divine conch, Tiruchangu, and then Sri Gadha, that is another weapon. And then having these divine hands, let Perumal come here. For that, ni kovil, if you bring him here, Sala, very much, Dharmam Peridi, you would have been considered as done the most righteous acts by doing this, says nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. So she is telling, if you help me, you will be greatly situated in dharma. And why should you help me? For that, Bhagavan is tormenting me very much. That is why you should help me, says nAchchiyAr in this 7th pasuram. Next, 8th pasuram. ஷார்ங்கம் வளையவலிக்கும் தடக்கை சதுரன் பொருத்தமுடையன், நாங்கள் எம்மில் இருந்து ஒட்டிய கச்சங்கம் நானும் அவனும் அரிதும், தேங்கனி மாம்பொழில் செந்தளிர் போதும் சிறுகுயிலே திருமாலை ஆங்கு விரைந்து ஒல்லை கூகிற்றியாகில் அவனை நான் செய்வன காணே. In this pasuram, nAchchiyAr is assuming that the cuckoo is asking, if I go and call him, will he come? For that, nAchchiyAr is saying that there is Sri Mahalakshmi along with him. With her recommendation, he will come. Please go and request, says nAchchiyAr in this pasuram. Temkani, having very sweet fruits, ma podil, in the orchard, mango orchard, semtalir kodum, the reddish small leaves, they are pecked by the kuyil, siru kuyile, oh, the young cuckoo. Sharngam, his bow, valayavalikum, having the strength to bend it and launch it. Such Bhagavan, Puruthamudayan, he is also very apt in pranayam. Pranayam means love. In the love also he is very apt. Nangal, I and him, both of us, irundu, remaining together, emmilottiya, secretly we made a pact, we made an understanding, which is Kachangam, Sanketam, that is code words. We have some code words now. Nanum avanum aridum. Only both of us know those things. And nobody else knows that. Ang Tirumalai. So nAchchiyAr is saying, previously when he engaged with me, he had union with me, we had some understanding, some secret codification, and only both of us will know that. Ang Tirumalai, Shriyapati, again Sriman Narayana, who is too far, Kuvavallai Agil, Kugitri Agil. If you don't call out, then Avanai, that Bhagavan, non Seivana. whatever I am going to do for him, can't. You are going to watch that, says under nAchchiyAr here. So if you don't bring him very quickly, you will see that he is going to suffer in my hands, says under nAchchiyAr in this pasaram. Next, ninth pasaram. பைங்கிழி வண்ணன் சிறீதரன் என்பது ஓர் பாசத்தகப்பட்டிருந்தேன் பொங்கொழி வண்டிலைக்கும் பொழில் வாழ்குயிலே குறிக்கொண்டு இது நீ கேள் சங்கொடு சக்கரத்தான் வர கூவுதல் பொன்வடை கொண்டு தருதல் இங்குள்ள காவினில் வாழக்கருதில் இரண்ட தோன்றியல் திண்ணம் வேண்டும். Here Andal nAchchiyAr is becoming very serious. She is saying that if you want to live in this orchard garden, you have to go and help, says Andal nAchchiyAr. Let us see the word by word meanings. Pongoli vandu, having beetles having great shine, radiance. Iraikum podil, they are constantly singing in that orchard. Wal, one who is joyfully playing. Kuile, oh cuckoo. Idu, whatever I am going to tell you now, நீ குறிக்கொண்டு கேள். You listen to that without any diversion. நான் ஐ பைங்கிழி வண்ணன் சிறீதரன் என்பது ஒரு பாசத்து. In the pasam means a net, ropes, basically ropes collected together. So like a complexion of the green parrot, having such complexion, Shriyapati, the Lord of Sri Mahalakshmi, in that net, in that web, agapattirundhen, I am well caught there. Ingulla kavinil, in these orchards, vazhakaradil, if you want to live, Shangodu Sakkarathan vara koovudal, the Bhagavan who is having Tiruvali, that is Sudarshana Chakra, and Tiruchangu, that is Kanch, Sri Panchajanyam. Having these, you have to call out so that such Bhagavan will come here. Ponvadai kondu tharudal, and then he will come and bring the Ponvadai, the golden bangles which I lost. Irandathu ondru. Among these two, one of them, either Bhagavan should come or my bangle should be fetched back. Either one of these two should be happening. Irandathu ondru. One of these two aspects, thinnam vendum. You should certainly make sure that Bhagavan comes. So that is the meaning in this pasaram. That is 9th pasaram. Then finally 10th pasaram, and then there is Palashruti. அன்றுலகம் அளந்தானை உகந்து அடிமைக்கண் அவன் வழி செய்ய தென்றலும் திங்களும் ஊடறுத்து என்னை நலியும் முறைமை அறியேன். என்றும் இக்காவிலில் இருந்தென்னை ததர்த்தாதே நீயும் குயிலே என்று நாராயணனை வரக்கூவாயர் இங்குத்தை நின்றும் துறப்பன். So Andal nAchchiyAr is saying, if you don't go and help me, I am going to drive you out. I am going to drive you out, says Andal nAchchiyAr. Let us see the meanings. Andru, when Mahabali was very well taken care of. At that time, Ulagam alandani, Bhagavan who measured the three worlds on him, on such Bhagavan, Ugandu, as I desired for Kainkaryam, service, Avan, that Bhagavan, Adimaikan, in that Kainkaryam, Valisaya, to cheat, to do some mischief. Adarku, for that I am suffering here. To be serving Bhagavan who measured the whole world to be serving that Bhagavan in his Kainkaryam, Valisaya, as I do mischiefs. For that I am also suffering. Tendralum, at that time, the southerly breeze. Tingalum, the Purna Chandra, the full moon. Yennai, Udaruthu, Naliyum Mureimai. How they enter into me and they are tormenting me. What logic is there? Ariye, I don't understand. Arigindile, Kuile, O Kuku. Because you are also desiring for our well-being. So Niyum, you too, Yendrum, at all times, Ikkavil, in this orchard, Irundu, remaining here continuously, Yennai, I who is already weak, Tadarthade, don't torment me further. Indru, today, Narayane Varakuayel, if you don't call out for Sriman Narayana, even if you don't call out, then I will also drive you out from this orchard, says nAchchiyAr in this pasaram. Here, a beautiful aspect is explained here. nAchchiyAr, being a very kind person, how can she say that if you don't help me, I will drive you out of this orchard? For that, Periyavachan Pillai has explained. See, nAchchiyAr cannot sustain after a particular time. In that case, if she dies, then Bhagavan will also not exist. To avoid that, you have to help me. And if I die, and if Bhagavan dies, then who will take care of this orchard? So you have no other choice than leaving. So that is what Andal says, that if you don't help me, I will die, and then you have to move away from these aspects. So that is what is shown as driven away here by nAchchiyAr. So that is 10th pasaram. Finally, Vinnura நீண்ட அடிதாவிய மைந்தனை வேர்க்கண் மடந்தை விரும்பி கண்ணுற என் கடல் வண்ணனை கூவு கருங்குயிலே என்ன மாற்றம் பன்னுரு நான்மறையோர் புதுவை மன்னன் பற்றபிரான் கோதை சொன்ன நன்னூறு வாசக மாலை வல்லார் நமோ நாராயணாய என்பாரே. This is the Palashruti pasaram, final pasaram. Velkan, having spear-like eyes. Madandai, having auspicious qualities which are matching for women. Pan Uru Nanmarayor, Puduvai Mannan, Patrabiran Kodai. Who is that person? That is Goda, who is the daughter of Patrabiran. That is Vishnu Chitta, that is Periyalvar. He is expert in 4 Vedas. So Andal is always identifying along with her father. So Srivilliputtoo's leader is Periyalvar. Periyalvar's daughter is nAchchiyAr. Adi Vinnura Nindu Thaviya Maindhanai. The divine feet, when Bhagavan measured the world with his divine feet, one foot spread everywhere and consumed the whole earth, and then another foot went up and consumed everything. He was waiting for the 3rd step. Bhagavan placed that 3rd step on Mahabali himself, and that is the Vamana Leela. So here nAchchiyAr is asking that Tiruvadi, that divine feet of Bhagavan, it grew up so high up to Parampapadam, and then it spread everywhere. So such Bhagavan, such Emperuman, விரும்பி, desiring for such Bhagavan, கருங்குயிலே என் கடல் வண்ணனை கண்ணுற கூவு என்ற மாற்றம். And nAchchiyAr is telling, oh dark cuckoo, you call out my Krishna. Saying those words, and using these words as the main message to inform to Bhagavan. Bhagavan is having dark complexion, and to make me worship such Bhagavan, you call out Bhagavan. That is what I requested. Being that Pasuram, Sonna, mercifully spoken, Nannuru Ashagam, Malai, the garland, Shri Sukti Mala, that is, garland of divine words, which was well spoken. That is, these 10 pasurams, if they are well spoken, Namo Narayanaya Enkar. They will say always Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana. That means they will become very close confidants of Bhagavan, so that they don't have to worry about it ever. So just by reciting these 10 pasurams, they can become very close, confident descendants of Bhagavan. Dependents of Bhagavan. To be always depending on Bhagavan, one will become like that if they recite these 10 pasurams on Bhagavan Krishna, requesting the cuckoos to go to Bhagavan and bring him. So that is the benefit explained in this Padigam at the end. So with this, the Padigam, decade, comes to an end. So we will continue on in the next session. ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு பல கோடி நூறாயிரம் மல்லாண்டு திஞ்சோன் மணிவண்ணாவும் சேவடி செவிதிருக்காப்படியோம் ஓடும் நோடும் பிரிவின் ஆயிரம் பல்லாண்டு வடிவாயினின் வளமார்பின் வாழ்கின் மங்கையும் பல்லாண்டு வடிவார் சோதி வளத்துறையும் சிலர் அழியும் பல்லாண்டு படபோர் முழங்கும் அப்பாஞ்ச சன்னியமும் பல்லாண்டு.